Welcome to Nasdaq TradeTalks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. We're coming to you live from Mainnet 2023 in New York City. Joining me for this segment, we have Anatoly Yakovenko. He is the co-founder of Solana Labs to discuss Visa settlement payments on the Solana blockchain, as well as bridging the gap between TradFi and decentralized finance. Anatoly, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to TradeTalks.
Great to be here.
All right, let's talk about this. So Visa announced in September that it's going to use USDC settlement payments via the Solana blockchain. And what does that mean? What is the significance of that, in addition to you're working with two merchant banks as well?
Well, what's really exciting is that Visa has done a lot of research across a bunch of networks in the space. And they saw that Solana's technology, especially like the network that's live and deployed, fits their needs for fast, cheap, cross-border settlement. So what Solana does is that it's able to transfer money basically at the cost of data. And this is really, I think, the innovation of crypto, and networks like Solana and Solana Mainnet especially have done such a really good job optimizing this that it costs 0.002 cents, to transfer arbitrary amounts of dollars.
Right.
So you can think of Solana Mainnet being the infrastructure provider for the kinds of applications that Visa wants to build.
And you're also working with two merchant banks. What does that mean for the merchants?
What's really cool about USDC, like as a digital cash, is that it becomes a cash transfer, like equivalent to giving a merchant cash at the store, right? Like they get the money, there's no fees associated with that, settlement is instant. But now they can do this digitally across the world with the 8 billion people in the world that do e-commerce. And this is, I think, like a very major difference between using crypto USDC settlement from traditional finance.
So, for example, you have networks that already exist where you can transact dollars, like PayPal or Zelle and so forth. What's the advantage to transacting business this way relative to the existing infrastructure?
So permissionless networks are global, they're open to anyone. So Visa can use this to service anyone in the world. And USDC can flow across borders without any intermediaries in a very cheap and efficient way.
Why the Solana network?
Because it's cheap and fast, it's the next generation network. We've developed a lot of open source technologies that are now available to Solana Mainnet. And these technologies prove out that you can have high performance, decentralization, and low fees all at the same time.
Yeah, well, I mean, the fact of the matter is that many economies around the world are already transacting this way. Absolutely,
yeah. I mean, if you look at the total aggregate sums of how much USDC and stablecoins are settled per year, these numbers are approaching some of the biggest payments providers in traditional finance.
How do you envision the future of payments then?
I think the story of crypto is really the story of software eating the world. We're now seeing software eat finance, and this is something, this transition is going to happen over the next 10 to 20 years, slowly but surely, and you're going to see, I think, sooner or later, the vast majority of finance running on open permissionless networks.
Do you think once there's US regulatory framework around it, it could help accelerate that adoption? I feel like that's one of the last pieces that needs to be put into place.
Absolutely. I mean, like, Congress is never the fastest institution in the world, but it eventually does the right thing. There's two bills moving through Congress right now. I think none of them are perfect, but don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. So I'd love to see that progress, and I'm hoping, optimistic for something happening that, maybe even this year or possibly next year.
All right, Anatoly, we appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks, and thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.